Hello and welcome to another edition of Film Review. Today we're taking a look at Christopher Nolan's 2014 film Interstellar. And it opened on my birthday, November 7th in 2014. This is really a real homage to Stanley Kubrick's 2001. It really is. If you're a fan of 2001, you're going to love this film. Written by Christopher and Jonathan Nolan, starred Matt McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain, Bill Irwin did his voice in it, Michael Caine. You got a little bit of Matt Damon in there, and the wonderful musical score by Hans Zimmer. I'm not going to give away any spoilers for this film. What the hell? It's out already. Saw the film on Amazon Prime. I want to thank the people at Amazon Prime for making it available. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you can check out movies like Interstellar for free in your subscription, so check out the film. Alright, what did I think of this film? If you like 2001, think of this as 2001 meets The Dark Knight in space. It has a lot of jumping from point to point to point to point, but not in an irritating, terrible way. If you are interested in physics, see, I'm interested in physics. I don't understand it. I ain't bright. I'm not too smart, okay? But this has just a wonderful scientific feel to it. And one of the things I really appreciate, you see, the Earth is dying, okay? That's kind of the way it works in this film. The Earth is dying, and they show it by basically the Dust Bowl is kind of engulfing the Earth. You know, they're losing crops, everything else. And what they do is they actually show footage. I believe it's actual footage from the Ken Burns documentary on the Dust Bowl. These are actual people who survived the Dust Bowl, and they're describing what happened back in the 30s, and here it is happening in the future. It's in the near future, where there is no like armies or war or anything like that, but people are going to starve and die. Isn't that lovely? They need more farmers. They don't need people that are engineers and stuff. They need people to grow stuff. And Matt McConaughey is a former astronaut who's now a farmer. It sounded kind of stupid at the time, but then you kind of realize that, you know, these people, they need farmers in the future because people need food to survive. Made sense, all right? So, and they just had disbanded NASA and everything like that, or at least that's what he thought. A number of clues start popping up in his daughter's room. And by the way, the actress who plays Matt McConaughey's daughter, Christopher Nolan is very similar to Steven Spielberg in that he can find great kid actors and get them to perform well. And this kid really knew her stuff. She was incredible. So big kudos to her. But basically, through a number of clues being left through his daughter's bedroom, be it through Morse code, be it through through what is it? It's through analog and through dots and dashes and everything like that. These coordinates are there. So they go to find these coordinates, and it is actually the secret location of NASA. And basically, there's a wormhole in space that NASA has known about and has sent people out there to find a new home for humanity. And they have the coolest robots in the history of science fiction, okay? I've always been a big fan of, like, Robbie the Robot from Forbidden Planet. That's one of my favorite films of all time. The robots in this are awesome because they're just basically big rectangles, and they can do so much cool stuff. And they're just amazing. Basically, McConaughey is volunteered. He does volunteer to go ahead and go out to find these scientists and find the future home of mankind. And basically, in the process, he meets Anne Hathaway. By the way, Anne Hathaway is freaking hot. I mean, I can't say it enough. I mean, even in other films like Les Miserables, where she's like freaking dying of syphilis or whatever, she's freaking hot in that. So, she's just hot. And if you're watching this, I love you, baby. Keep making great stuff. Anyway, and she normally really overacts, but not in this film. Not in this film. She's really very steady and cool in this. Like all Christopher Nolan films, there's a lot of explaining. A lot of explaining. But I think it's necessary in this film, because this isn't just a character created, scenarios and about betrayal, and I mean that's in there too, but it's a lot to do with science, and it has to do with black holes and whatnot. When they go through this wormhole, they appear on in this other galaxy, where there's a huge black hole there, which all these planets are somehow, going ahead and circling, and they have to find these people on these other planets that have been sent there years before. But there's a time discrepancy because of the black hole. So 1 hour on one side of the black hole represents many years on the other. And they explain it beautifully. They show it beautifully. The visuals in this are outstanding. I know they did a lot of filming out in Iceland, and just a gorgeous look. And with Hans Zimmer's music was just beautiful. And I love the fact that the space had that silent, when you went from an atmosphere to no atmosphere, it was just like they cut the sound, it's just silence, and just see chaos going on. And just great stuff. Matt Damon is one of the scientists, the head scientist that they had sent out, and he goes cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He believes that there is no future for humanity, but he wants to go home, and he basically tries to kill everybody to get home. Basically, what happens is all of those things that were happening in the daughter's bedroom and everything were actually Matthew McConaughey, who was in this fifth dimension, and basically, giving her messages on how to create the antidote, or I should say the cure, basically, for interstellar travel had to do with gravity. And Michael Caine's character, who, mind you, has this huge, long, drawn-out soliloquy like he does in every Christopher Nolan film. He apparently had been working on it, and he found no answers for it, but he lied to everyone, and he said, there's no answer to this. Humanity is dead. Well, basically, because they got the data from the black hole, they were able to find the answer, and Matthew McConaughey was able to give it to his daughter. Long story told. Really, once, and then, of course, he kind of appears on the other side, and he lives. Let's put it that way. Anne Hathaway lives. Matt Damon becomes one with the great beyond, and it is gorgeous, it is glorious, it is beautiful. But anyway, that's this film in a nutshell. If you enjoy Stanley Kubrick's 2001, if you can kind of go and put your mind to another level, this is a great film. If you like reading about Stephen Hawking and stuff like that. See, I like to read about these really smart people who are physicists and stuff. I got no clue what the hell they're talking about, but I think smart people just really do it for me, I like to watch that, because it's fascinating. It's fascinating stuff about black holes and everything. And this film is just it makes you think at another level. It feels just really good. And like I said, the robots are so freaking cool. It does break a string of a lot of really stupid black hole films, and yes, I am talking about Event Horizon. I thought that was the stupidest piece of shit I'd ever seen. That's just my opinion. But as far as my rating on the film, I always give a 1 to 5 rating on everything. 1 star is like, don't pee on it if it's on fire, because it's probably better off being burned. And your pee will be a lot more useful later on. That's what a 1-star film would be. A 5-star film would be like, sell everything you own, give it all to charity, and jump naked off a building, because you'll never see anything better. I give this film a solid 4 stars. Okay, it is a watchable film. Get some popcorn, check it out. If you like just action, dumb, If you like to watch the Expendables movies and stuff like that, you're not going to enjoy this film. Okay? It has some fast-moving parts, and it is a long film. It is a 3-hour film, and it needs 3 hours to explain everything. So, if you like Anne Hathaway and you think she's really hot, but you're not into that type of film, go ahead and put it on mute and just check her out, because she is, just amazing. Woo! Would I recommend it? Absolutely. I recommend it to most audiences. Not all, but most audiences. I mean, if you want to go and watch Barbershop, check out Barbershop. You may want to check this out. There's some good acting in this. But you may not enjoy it at the same level as Barbershop. Okay. Now, my question is, what did you feel about the film? If you've seen it, go ahead and run number one. I recommend you see it if you haven't. If you have, let me know what you think of the film. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I think it's a very good film, and you can see it on Amazon Prime for free if you're a member. And I would say check it out, and check it out right away. If you like the video, go ahead and click like. If you don't like it, just go ahead and click down below. Say, hey, this is why I don't like it. I think you're full of crap. The movie sucks because of... Sounds fine to me. Feel free to share this, and hey, I'll see you next week. Next week's review is Bone Tomahawk. Yes, an exclusive film with a little bit of Kurt Russell. I couldn't do Kurt Russell 2 weeks in a row. And number 3 is that I can't do a 3-hour film 3 weeks in a row either. I did Hateful Eight last week, doing Interstellar this week. Next week, Bone Tomahawk. It's available on Amazon Prime for free. I'm checking it out. It looks great. It has a lot of people getting eaten by cannibals. I can dig that. So until then, if you like, check out the playlist, see everything that's available. Until then, see you later, alligator.